recently I did a 212 swap on my my Honda clone, and I've obviously got the Chanda stickers on it. I'm leaning into the Chanda thing. I really like this bike now. I liked it before with the 125 and a cam. I was thinking about doing the 140 kit, but in my knowledge, I know expressly that if I do a 140 kit, it won't make the bike go faster than the gearing that it has. So you'll be able to go to that speed faster, but in the top end, you will not go too much faster than the 125 because the limitation of the gearing. Okay? Now with the 140, would you get up to those speeds quicker? Yes. Would it be more enjoyable to ride? Absolutely. But I had done enough easy performance gaining stuff to get that 125 to the comparable speeds of the 140 kit, big bore kit, but I didn't have to spend $600, $700, $800 on TV, whatever, online. And every direction I've gone has not only been of common sense, but also the most return for whatever you pay or whatever you put into it in time. So I feel nice, like sugar and spice, because I haven't spent a whole lot of money on this. Number one, thanks to my buddy, which, number one, bought me this bike for a wedding gift for $1,200. And then number two, eventually bought himself the new 4-valve motor, which is supposed to be upgraded, a little bit higher RPM range, a little more to the top end because the 4-valve gave me this motor. So if we do a rough estimation of how much these motors are and the bike is, spent way much less money than in my area I would pay for a used grom of just about any model. In my area, to get a used 2016 grom to 2018 with the body style similar to this, for one that has 40,000 miles, bad tires, needs a battery, and has been sitting in a backyard, is $3,500 out here. I haven't even put that, me and my buddy, or collectively, whatever you want to say, $3,500 has not been put into this bike, and I could ride this bike on the freeway. I just rode it from work to the roller skating rink yesterday to celebrate New Year's Eve with my daughter and my family and my best friend Joseph. We go roller skating a lot, and I rode the freeway from my work all the way to the exit right next to the roller rink. Cruising between 65, 70 easy, getting up to 80, right about 80 miles an hour, and it's starting to fight the wind force, you know what I mean? But I'm wearing a big jacket and a backpack full of stuff from work, you know what I mean? And not really aerodynamic as you could be, and it rides fine. And this bike being put together didn't break the bank. And as you can see, it's got a lot of flash on it. It's got a lot of AliExpress parts, eBay parts, that some people could say that's cheap shit, but over the progression of this bike, I've taken some risks on some stuff because I don't want to break the bank. The point of me having one of these bikes is to keep the money low and the fun high. So I think I'm going in the right direction, and I would recommend this direction for anybody that's got a little bit of mechanical know-how and some tools. Me, I've got, I'd say, a moderate amount of mechanical know-how and just enough tools to be considered an okay mechanic. So, that being said, for this new 2025 year, I am very excited going into this year fresh with a 212 under a clone platform, and I am happy as a rabbit. I can't express how absolutely satisfied I am. And for the people that are watching this video that are interested, they just came out with a Gen 3 clone, which looks like the newer 23 and up groms, the new plastic style. And I'm not sure. I need to look into it. There's a possibility they might be fuel injected, which is nice, because it makes things easy for people that aren't mechanically inclined, and it simplifies things for the turnkey rider. But who's making maps? Is there anybody that's going to be able to change tuning? Will you be able to put a pipe on it? Will you be able to even change the cam or anything without making it run poorly or only optimally at certain ranges? So that's to be said, but hopefully we see those in the future. I don't think I'll be I'm pretty sure with this platform I'm going to be riding this bike this way for a long time, having a lot of fun. And if I need to go any faster than 80 miles an hour or branch up, there's a new bike that just came out too that I seen at my buddy Pete's Chronic Motorsports, and it is a awesome looking Chinese or off-brand bike. I think it's the MXT 250 with a vertical motor and fuel injection, and he's ridden those and said that they are fabulous. I plan on going down with this bike and Joseph on this bike, and we want to meet up with Pete, and I would actually like to ride my bike next to that 250 and see what the performance comparisons is. So hopefully I could bring a video of that in the future. So recently I got asked about progression of my channel and my interest in elevating my channel, and I believe their interest. I wasn't sure if these were coming from independent people or companies in this, but I was asked recently if I would be interested in I guess progressing or moving forward. I don't know the correct term to say. Or evolving my channel. I would like to evolve my channel. I would like to do things more professional. My wife recently bought me a light where I could change the lighting hues and stuff like that, because I've been doing this for a while. I've been comfortable at this really small channel size with very little subscribers, happily, because I'm doing this for fun. This is kind of a hobby for me that keeps me from doing bad things. I tinker, and I don't want to get hooked on hard drugs again. I went through a time in my life, and I find that the best way for me to stay off the hard drugs and to stay sober minded and a good father for my daughter is I do this stuff. So would I like to evolve or progress my channel? Yes, I would, but I know what my limitations are right now. My biggest limitation is time. I am a dedicated father, and I have a full-time job, and I also have hobbies. And I'm not poor, but I put a lot of money into my daughter. I pay for private schooling, I pay for taekwondo, I pay for roller skating, all the equipment for that. I invest my money into my daughter because I know it's the right thing to do, and I want to see her have a bright future. So it's time, money, and equipment. I do plan on upgrading my equipment. I've had plans to upgrade my equipment and stop doing this just solely on a phone with apps, but that's what I have, and that's what works right now. When I move, because I do have plans by 2016 or 2026 to be on the way out of California into buying mine and my wife's own house, a large house in Arizona, and bringing some family with us, so that we can live communally and make it work and everybody benefit and flourish in today's society the way things are broken right now. So that's it. It's time, equipment, and a little bit of money, because you need money for equipment and you need money for time, because no time is free time if you're living in today's society. So anybody that wants to reach out and donate or help, I would always love to have what I would call in-kind donators. You could kindly donate a camera or anything that would help me out. I would gladly accept, and you would always be brought up and thanked in my videos. So that's what I got to say on that. So my goals for this next year on this bike, because some would ask, well, what's next? I do want to get a set of these adjustable forks for my bike. It brings the front end up about an inch, so I might, and I don't know if I want that inch, so I might have to see if they've got a 1 inch, a set of 1 inch drop trees, but I might just take the inch and get a little bit smaller tire, like a 1/2 inch smaller tire for the front or an inch smaller tire for the front to make up the difference. Because I don't do any off-roading or any stupid bullshit off the street. I'll do wheelies, stoppies, and all that all day, but I don't screw around with off-road or anything. I have no reason to need a bigger tire that could take a riding over a rock or anything like that. The only thing I'd probably have to watch out is potholes. I live in California. But the forks is definitely something that I'm going to do in the future. These forks are rebuilt and have proper oil in them and have been made into a proper set of forks with simplistics. But yeah, the forks, and then me and Joseph are going to be looking into chroming shops here in the Ventura County area and possibly in the LA area. We want to see how much it would cost to chrome both of our frames. We're thinking about chroming them out, just to do it. Just why not? Because it would be the ultimate bling shit is to chrome out the frames. Joseph might try to get polished or chrome wheels. We've seen some wheels like fatty wheels and stuff that can be adapted. We know the tolerances that we could work with, but he might do some bling ass wheels. But me, definitely the forks, thinking about chroming the frame, and we're looking into swing arms. I don't know if I want an aluminum swing arm. I don't know if I need one. If I just chromed the swing arm and the frame, it would look fabulous like that with the frame sliders. So I think that's it for me. Is just this year I would like to do that, the frame and the forks, and get some rotors. I want to get some nice badass rotors, even if I have to get some that are a little bit bigger and then machine them down. That is not a problem for me to do. So I'm definitely going to try to get some better rotors, and I think I'll be good this thing, and maybe get a couple of things powder coated, just to keep up the bling bling. One thing I want to request of everybody out there watching these videos is keep your eyes open, watch yourselves while riding, and avoid road rage. Even when someone puts you at risk, I have done it. I have road raged myself, but I advocate against it. We live in a different times that is even worse than the bad times in America in the early 80s and the 70s. We live in times where you'll think that you might have the upper hand, and then out of nowhere someone pulls out a gun or a knife or any of multiple dastardly things that could be done during road rage. So You know, even if you got a bunch of guys with you, it's better to just give them a bird and leave. Just get the heck out of there. Don't even give them a bird. Just chalk it up as a win because nobody went to the hospital, and get the fuck out of there. Me myself, as my New Year's resolution, I'm going to try to not participate in any road rage or let myself get trapped into that, and I'm going to advocate against it. I'm not saying just let people roll over you and be disrespectful to you. Always keep your self-respect on the road. You don't have to let everybody else go to be non-violent. You know what I mean? You can also be an alpha, the leader of the pack, but try to watch out for bad situations where you don't gotta punch off a mirror, you don't gotta kick a car. So let's try to get away from that road rage mentality. Right now in time is not a good time for anybody, even the 1%ers. It's gonna lead to something, most likely. And we live in a very violent, very, very divided time. So please, none of that shit this year. One last little PSA, public service announcement before I take off is to all the mini bike guys, stunters out there, all the e-bike guys, everybody on these smaller bikes. Even in your areas, if it is legal for you to run from the cops or shut down intersections, I beg of you, I plead with you, I demand of you, when you're doing your hooniganing, have respect for the law. Have your fun, but respect the law too. Because when you're out there and you're breaking the law and you're opposing the police intentionally and you're breaking laws intentionally, you're shutting down traffic intentionally, it doesn't make you look cool. It makes us all look bad. It makes us all look like little bratty children that are throwing temper tantrums and lashing out. Like if we all been touched somewhere and we all got parenting issues. Let's stop that shit. Go have your fun. Find your areas where nobody's at. Right here in my area, there's a couple of areas where the cops will watch because it's out of the way and it's just respectful enough of the law that they won't do nothing. But if you're doing that shit out in the streets here, like I heard in the 605, you can do all kinds of shit and you just take off on the cop and they can't do nothing to you. Well, here in the 805, even in California, they will fucking run you over. Right here in Oxnard, Ventura, California, the cops, they'll just knock you right off your fucking bike and then scoop your bloody ass up and take you to fucking jail. They don't play around here like that. Just like they tried to do just a little bit of Antifa-ing during the summer of love, the peaceful summer of love. That shit got broke up real quick. Did they let them do flags and cry and ree and scream? Yeah, but just so, please, people out there, for the love of God, please have your fun, but let's do it like adults. Let's do it like professionals. Don't be the idiot clapped out drifter that's on the side of the road with his tire tucked into his fender well because he was doing stuff unsafe and illegally. Do it Formula Drift style. You know what I mean? You don't have to be a hoonigan to hoonigan. You don't have to be a hooligan to hoonigan. So, please, let's be safe out there. I'm done ranting at you guys. Please like, please subscribe, please share this video. Have a great 2025. God bless. Peace.